Welcome to the In-Game Boss Podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy Evans, a.k.a. your In-Game Boss, a.k.a. your retro activist. In my second chair, the evil coup, Jaron Williams.
Hey, what's going on?
And Curtis III, my seasonal guest.
How are y'all doing?
And what's the podcast for the listeners to definitely check you out? Is it once a month?
It's once a month.
Yeah.
It's the Sunday Anime Chat Podcast.
Okay.
It's on Spreaker, and some episodes are on YouTube right now.
Okay, definitely check out. But this special guest I have, he's been here. Man, my back catalog of guests are just, slowly catching up with me, right? Because he was from the he came from the Gamer Stand podcast he used to be on. And when I reach out to him, it's actually a bunch of people told me to reach out to you. And honestly, to tell you the truth, when I reach out to you, I was like, man, this guy ain't gonna even talk to me. This guy's on his own. He's on his own journey. But, I thank you so much for making that time and making this time. But Ricky McNeal from the HXC community fighting area. So how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man.
Man, you sound worn out.
I am. I'm drained. I've had so many gaming tournament interviews and conversations this past month. I'm just trying to catch up with energy. Right.
Well, we'll do the energy for you. Just relax and have fun. But we're going to be talking about what games have, followed by some news, and then we come back. We'll talk about a little bit about HXC. Talk about what they're all about. Talk about our experience with that. Probably except Jaron, he didn't get a chance to experience one. Yeah,
I tried.
I know, right. And then we'll be talking about our main topics. So gaming, we have a jam packed, so we don't have too much time with what we're gaming. But Ricky, it's weird to ask you what you're gaming because you're probably hopping everywhere fighting games. So what fighting game or what game have you actually had time for yourself to play?
Lately, I've been playing Mortal Kombat a lot.
Okay.
So I'm on that wave right now, trying to figure out what variations, what people I want to use, because it's a different game than the previous Mortal Kombats. Okay.
Would you say it's better than 9 and 10, or you're saying this is totally on its own thing?
Okay, so it's kind of like to me, and I'll piss a lot of people off when I say this, it's like 9 and 10 put together. Okay, and then they kind of cut some of the bad things from both, and now we have Mortal Kombat 11.
Okay,
so it's a really solid game.
Okay, who characters are you thinking
so far
fit you?
Yeah, the Noob Saibot and Scorpion fit me the most.
Okay,
right now, as of now, I'm playing with Jade, but I feel like Scorpion, I can button mash my way out of sticky situations.
Dude, you don't know how many people I talk to that Jade is every person's go-to.
Yeah.
I don't know what Jade be doing in there, but Jade be holding it down, I guess.
She's just such a solid character, a great background, easy to, she's that character that pummeled us back in Mortal Kombat 3 for so long that it's I'm gonna go back and use her. Same way with Cabal.
It's funny because I was talking to somebody at work about characters I want to see come back. One, I forgot that Mortal Kombat was the game that made the rating system. Totally forgot that was the game that set it all off. The reason why it's teen, M, totally forgot about that. And it went to court and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. Watch Mojo show me that. Anyways. But when I was talking about characters that I would love to come back, I heard rumors that they're coming back as DLC. One is Nightwolf.
Yeah.
I heard that from 3. I was like, man, what happened to him? I thought maybe no one likes him anymore.
Yeah.
And then I believe it's Shiva.
Oh yeah, Shiva.
Yeah, the girl that kind of yells.
Yeah,
looks like a rock star.
Shokan warrior.
Yeah. So it's interesting, those who are coming back. I guess I don't know, Ricky. Has that been something everybody been talking about, or is this more of we'll take them?
Well, it's more of everybody's pissed off that they ain't got Melina.
Yeah,
she's dead.
Yeah.
Ed Boon is one of the best trollers in the world, and I think he died. The characters get leaked out. And so we pretty much know the whole roster who's coming out, and people just like to complain about certain characters. At the end of the day, everybody's happy, no matter who comes out.
Exactly.
Right. I'm not surprised that Joker got announced too.
Yeah.
He's like, come on. Yeah. Right. Who's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Injustice? Anything's on the table now.
Yeah. Right. And so, Curtis, what about you, buddy?
I've been playing Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Okay.
It's really good. It's a very honorable send-off for the franchise, unless they make another one, which I hope.
Now, is that setting in between or before 4?
Slightly after 4.
Okay. Okay.
Because the Nadine has lost her mercenary group. It's under new management, as it's made clearly. And she teams up with Chloe to pull off a heist.
Okay.
And I haven't played every time. There's big lulls between I pick up an Uncharted game. So I'm like right back in it. The stress picks back up. Like, oh my god, you're running for your life. Why are people shooting? Oh yeah, it's Uncharted.
Right. Is the parkouring a little bit easier in that game?
It's smooth. It's just a little smoother. It's one of those things that they probably looked at and took criticism. Like, we can make that better.
Okay. All right. I finished Arkham City. Got through that.
Nice.
I'm revisiting because on our next episode we're doing a Batman episode. We're going to be talking about like what do we want to see in the next Batman game.
Okay.
So I've been doing research by going through Arkham Asylum and Arkham City.
Did you play it on your PC?
No, I bought the Return to Arkham edition for the PS4.
Okay.
And so I've been hearing some mixed stuff on the PC version. So I just went and just played safe. It was $20. So I was like, let me just do that. One game that I'm playing is a puzzle game off my Switch. It's called Golf Peak. And basically, it's a golf game, but like what it is like they have these different like structures. And your goal is to get the ball in the hole, of course, right? But the way it works is you have these cards. And these cards will tell you like how many hits it takes to move the ball here. So your goal is to use all the cards and get the ball into this hole. That's it. Just a simple game. It's a game I just kind of lay in bed before I go to bed. Just play a couple of rounds of it and everything like that. Right. And so real simple game. And then, of course, I'm still going through my Xenoblade and my Xenoblade Chronicles 2 over here. And actually, in a couple of weeks, hopefully, if I finish that game in time, I'll be starting my long saga into the Assassin's Creed world again.
Wow.
Yeah, so like I got
rabbit hole.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, I dropped off after Black Flag. Well, no, I'd lie. I dropped out to Unity. Unity just left me in a swirl. Like I am done. Yeah, right. But Origin and Odyssey just got these great raves, so I was like, I'll give it a try. But first, I forgot that John Stone, that used to be part of my gamer stand, he lent me Syndicate, so I'm gonna go through Syndicate first.
You're in for a treat.
I know, dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I got a voyage ahead of me, but I really, if Assassin's Creed didn't lean on the themes that they have, I think this game would have gone down the hole a long time ago.
Yeah. Right.
Because like I couldn't tell you what the story's about. I think that actually the whole conspiracy thing is dumb. It should just be, hey, here's a story in this world. Here's how Assassin's Creed got created in that world. We move on. We don't need. I don't need to know. I don't need to know my great uncle Jamie to know that he was assassin back in this time. I don't care about that. Right. So I want to go through those because I do want to do an episode probably with other people because I know you guys are the assassin people, but I want to do an episode with some people that are big Assassin's Creed and like challenge them.
Yeah.
So, but Jaron, what you have to play?
It's real small list. I've only had time to play Tekken 7. Got to keep my Josie skills tight, and really Sim City, the latest air quote Sim City on EA Origin. Okay. I let my little premiere.
Are you liking Origins though?
I like Origin, but I'm not doing the premiere anymore because it wasn't even me. It was my fiance Brandy was doing it for the Sims 4. She got all the Sims 4 she wanted, so I was just riding out the rest of it until it expired. I was like, oh, Sim City's on here.
Oh, okay.
So she likes playing God. I like playing a financially responsible mayor.
Okay.
So yeah,
mayor.
Well, I mean governor if you're doing multiple regions, but
governor.
Yeah. It's like all right, yeah, that's enough. I'm gotta zone that industrial. You go fog up, mess up that crap over here. I'm gonna, it's very zen for me.
It's so funny. Zen. They have done so many side things like the herbs. That one. They do this the Sims. How come there's never been like a Sim president yet? Like you're a president. Yeah, I mean, why has that not happened yet?
That's gonna start. I mean, the closest you do is Sim Earth, and that was way back.
I know, right?
Yeah. Ooh. So I
Sim Garden.
I liked it when they tried to do like the Sims with Sim City. Like you could actually link up your Sims live in town, and you can. But,
dude, I want like the Sim president where they have to ask you tough things. Like another nation's picking on you. What are you gonna do? Yeah. What are you gonna do? You gonna press that red button or what?
No, I'm just the real power's in the money. I'm gonna make that nation broke.
There you go. I don't know. I just thought that should happen by now. Maybe it's too dangerous. Like you said, maybe it's too dangerous.
Under lock because of the Civ series. I bet that's really probably why. It's like, hey, you have Civ, you're going up against Cleopatra and Agro Gandhi and all these other people and President Lincoln.
So you're saying Civilization series should do it?
I mean, they're already doing a form of it. I mean, you can conquer via military or social, politically.
Do I make hard decisions? Can I make a character like you to be my right hand man? Like, my Secretary of Defense.
I know there's probably a game out there that's like that, but I don't know. That would be interesting. That's a compelling concept.
Didn't Saints Row 4, you're like a president, and then you're kicking ass?
That was the third one. Saints Row 4 was a reskin of the third one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like,
okay.
We want to take in this direction. New game, Saints Row 4. But yeah, Saints Row the third and fourth. I like the third. You get a little sidekick. You run around and tear stuff up.
Okay. Well, you know what time it is, Jaron, right? You know what that time?
Oh.
You know what time it is.
News time?
Right, I think it is. I think it's time. What you got for me over there, man?
All right, well, it's going to be a fast blast.
Unless I stop you.
All right, fast blast. We got a case of Samurai Showdown collection. That is coming this fall. You're going to have your Samurai Showdown 1 through 5. And also, you'll be able to try them in original Japanese or the international version.
Stop.
What you got?
Ricky, how do you feel about Samurai Showdown?
I'm excited about Samurai Showdown. I hope, because those kind of games need developers not to step on their own toes and just do it exactly like how we used to have them back in the arcades.
Yep.
I'm excited about this game.
Okay.
And I hope everybody takes this game serious.
I like some of the new characters they're putting in. They looking really nice.
Really nice.
I stopped playing after Samurai Showdown 2, but Haomaru was always, it was either Haomaru or Charlotte.
You know, it's funny. I would love to see them touch Last Blade, but I doubt that's ever going to get touched. Last Blade. I like that series, but that's never going to get touched.
It's just weird how awesome games like that will have the perfect foundation and never get touched again.
Right, because the only reason why I say that because Capcom vs. SNK, one of my favorite series that just died off.
Yep.
One of the characters was from Last Blade, and it was the girl that hides the only pulls out the blade when it's necessary. Yeah, but she came from Last Blade, and I was like, why is there not a Samurai Showdown in the Last Blade commits? I know they're both by SNK.
I can't remember the character's name, but they got a character in there that has it, in the cane, and just when it pulls out, it just does a strike and puts it back in.
Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, it would be a good. I'm not gonna say palette swap, but maybe.
I'm gonna give this game a try because it is weird. Samurai Showdown is such a weird game because the way you take damage in that game, it's so interesting. One hit can take almost half your life, and then one little hit can take a little bit, depending on the right timing of your slice.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's gonna be very interesting. So do you think this is going to is this gonna be an Evo, and 2, do you think it's gonna pick up in your tournament events?
So yes, it will be an Evo. It's official.
Okay.
Oklahoma is so weird.
Who you telling, man? Who you telling?
That I know, in Texas, it's going to get picked up for sure. But here in Oklahoma, people like getting games spoon-fed to them, right? Mm-hmm. So, let's say, for example, Unist is the big thing right now. And it surprises me because there's Blazblue, there's Dragon Ball, but everybody's flocking towards Unist. Mm-hmm. And so that's just how it is sometime in Oklahoma. I pray to God that Samurai Showdown blows up here, but I'm going to only buy 2 copies instead of 4.
I don't blame you. You got to test the water, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, man. Yeah, Unist, I'm going to be honest. I never even heard of Unist up until a handful of months ago. I was like, what unit? What
and now it blew up. But that's because it's on Evo. So everything that Evo picks up, normally everyone else picks up.
Yeah.
So let's see how that.
Okay.
I hope so. Because if so, we're gonna play.
Yeah. That's the one I would love to sit and watch because that's one of the most intense fights. Yeah. Anything could happen in that one.
Yeah. On my wish list, they'll never do it, but I would like Square to work with someone and do a Bushido blade, new Bushido blade. Ooh. Now when those fights, they'll just end in an instant. You get that right hit.
Where's my dream button here? I like the dream 2 button.
Burn some candles. Get some of those candles. Burn them right in the right way. I got my Contra and Castlevania collection coming. I mean, you can have what
That's
you want
true. That's true. With no symphony. What else you got?
Hey, you don't need symphony. All right. So speaking of games, Sega has 2 things coming. First, as we were discussing, they lost a lot of money. and they are going to be pulling back on digital game releases. And hopefully,
I think they said 17 million or one. Yeah, I think or 1.7. The dot is moved. It's one or the other. If I move that dot, it's a lot of money still.
Enough. They need to be considering bringing Golden Axe back. They need to dig into some of those IPs. But and also. So everybody knows Sonic the Hedgehog.
Whoa! You're going too fast. We gotta talk about the Sega part, man.
Oh, okay, all right.
We gotta talk about the Sega part here.
Right, we're running back.
So they said that they lost a lot of money based on too many new IPs that they're coming out. Their only biggest hit that everybody knows of is the Yakuza series. That's like their biggest one, or the Total War series.
Yes.
And then of course, they have bought Atlas. So that's where the personas. People forget that it's under Sega.
I even forgot.
Yeah,
that.
because Atlas acts like their own, so you don't see under the back of the box like also owned by Sega, right? And so they're
17 million.
17 million. I was right. Was I said the first time? I'm gonna say first time for me. Yeah. Anyways, I win that prize. Okay, so basically they're saying there's too many other IPs they put out. Now, I don't even know if that Shenmue thing is a Sega thing or that just someone else bought it and they're doing something with it. I think
that was still kickstarted, but...
I guess that's not a Sega thing, except that collection.
Yeah, who knows if who knows? We're supposed to see it this year, but I'm not holding my breath.
But they're saying that they're trying to reach back to their old properties to either remaster them and, or do a new entry or something to that series, which hurt my heart because when it was asked about Skies of Arcadia, they were talking about,
we have no plan.
But it was like, oh, really? That's why you lost your money. That's why you lost your money. Because Sonic ain't bringing those gold rings in, are they?
No. Sonic is a 2D. I mean, I like Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2, but Sonic is meant to be a 2D game. As soon as you start putting it in 3D, all sorts of things go wrong.
Nintendo needs to do it. I think Nintendo can do a Sonic game. I know it's scary, but I have faith in them. Then Team Sonic, a team dedicated to work on Sonic, is not doing the job.
Well, I mean, you got to look at it like this. You don't have the same people working at Team Sonic that were working way back 20, 25, 30
They need
years
Team
ago.
Mario in there.
You can't throw Nintendo at everything now. You can't.
Oh, but we allowed them to go to Olympics together.
I think you can. I think you can throw Nintendo. Dude, Sega not own the rights to Sonic no more?
No, they still own the rights.
They still do.
They just work more with Nintendo now, but I mean,
most of their games are on Nintendo, and then of course the Smash Brothers thing too. But they did Sonic on the Smash Brothers.
Yes, but and he's hardly ever used. He's not that viable of a character to use. But I don't know. If they do it, here's the thing. I'll compromise. If they do it, ease them in with some little crossovers, not Olympic games, but he makes an appearance in the next Mario game, or maybe Mario Rabbids. Sonic runs in and does some.
I just kind of want Nintendo just to make their own Sonic and see what they can do with it.
Yeah,
just to see what they did. Now look, we got Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania did really well, but that's 2D, right?
Yeah.
And then Sonic Force didn't do very well.
So make him a special character in the next new Super Mario Brothers game.
You really don't want him to make a Sonic game. You just want him to be starring everything else. I don't blame you. It's Sonic. You want Sega to do it right until they do it.
You wouldn't want Sonic instead of a power swap Toad.
Okay. But back to the their old IPs. There's a lot in there. They just don't do it. Now you mentioned Golden Axe, but what if they just do a nice little collection of a new entry to each one? How about a small Vector Man game, small Golden Axe? They got Streets of Rage.
Yeah, Streets of Rage 4 is supposed to be coming out finally. But
and they had another developer do it. They can do that for Jet Set Radio. They can do that for all that stuff.
I'm tired of all these collections. We get it, Sega. You got a lot of stuff on the Genesis. But I want to see them actually do something right. Golden Axe, because they screwed it up with that Beast Rider game that came out on the PS3. They screwed it up.
Yeah.
Golden Axe, you have Alien Storm. Which was basically Golden Axe Power Swap. I'm not skip Altered Beast. I want another Gunstar Heroes. I want them to work with Treasure and do another Gunstar Heroes.
Okay.
You know what they should do?
What?
They need to do more beat 'em ups. I feel like people don't capitalize on beat 'em ups.
That's
Castle
true.
Crashers is one of the best beat 'em ups I ever played.
It was. That's really good.
All they gotta do is drop a part 2.
Yeah.
And they can kill it.
I blame you. That's a good idea.
Crown.
Yeah, Dragon's Crown. I've been meaning to go get Penny Punching Princess.
It's still a versatile need that you just pick it up, you market it, you'll get people to buy it.
Yeah.
What about Guardians Heroes? Remember that one? That was like a beat 'em up story driven.
Well, we got our semi sequel in Code of Princess, but yeah, they could bring that back. Code of Princess is a spiritual sequel, but I would like to see hell, if we're going with beat 'em ups, then let's do hell. If you want to do re-releases, and Sega loves it, Golden Axe, Revenge of Death Adder, that arcade game. Bring that back. Bring that full 4-player or whatever. I'm in. I will plop down my money. But yes, you have a point. But beat 'em up still have the Scott Pilgrim game that they took off the market.
Yep.
I still love playing that game from time to time.
What about Phantasy Star?
All
Good Phantasy Star.
So, well, here's the thing. That depends on what you mean by good.
The
Phantasy
Universe series is terrible.
Okay, no, but
How dare you? I was like, no, you better not agree with that.
I want to see Phantasy Star come back in two forms. One, the RPGs that we got 1 through 4.
Yep.
And 2, I want Phantasy Star Online like we had on the Dreamcast. You know, we had the GameCube and Xbox offline
Now,
version,
you know
but
they
I want
had the
that.
MMORPG one, the Phantasy Star Online 2, that was straight like North
I thought that was still only in Asia.
Exactly. It still exists. But
Well, bring it over here.
Well, I actually played a little bit of it. That was a lot of wires to get through, but I got to play it. It's a good game, but just the problem is it's just so much lost in translation because like you have dedicated people that are trying to translate it in English. Thank you guys out there for making your time for that. Too bad I don't have the time for MMORPGs. I really just want a solid, online with a good story and move on.
But the thing is, you can have your cake and eat it too. So for every Black
Can
Desert,
you draw?
Yes.
Sega don't like sharing their cakes, man.
For every Black Desert Online, we can have a PSO that you can play offline or hop online with 3 or 4 of your friends and get that dual wielding lightsaber or whatever, rifle or anything like that. I just want to bring that back. I can only play my GameCube Phantasy Star so much. I want to play with other people and run and go. You go cover that map. You go cover that map. And come back to the center.
What about you, Curtis? Is there a Sega game in your mind that you would like to see?
Besides the ones mentioned, I'm a big fan of Golden Axe.
Okay.
Streets of Rage is coming out.
Okay.
It's in development,
They
isn't
better
it?
bring Skate back.
Ricky, let me ask you this, man. As the fighting man over here, is Virtual Fire still in the plate of something possible, or is it kind of out? It's like, no, they get no Virtual Fighter.
It's done 5.
They need to let it go.
What about Fighting Viper?
No.
Any
more.
fighting games with Sega?
Let me see. One fighting game that Sega had. I guess it really wasn't.
Don't say
theirs.
Eternal Champions.
No. But hey, you know what? Shit. That game is. You played a game because it came with Sega.
Yes.
And you just played it.
Yes.
Didn't want to waste
dear
money.
Lord. Can you imagine trying to buy Eternal Champion? Like literally everybody that had that game, it came with the same.
Right. It's like it's there.
Which people were buying it for
there.
the Sega CD. That's what I want to know.
Right.
Who is buying it for the Sega CD?
I don't. Yeah.
But you're honestly, you don't think Virtual Fighter has a good chance of coming back in something fresh since it's been gone for almost like years?
No, I think it pretty much. Okay, so here's the thing: when it comes to games, people want now. They want consistency and they want something fresh. Games like that go away so long and then they try to drop something. It's almost like you lost your crowd. Your crowd has graduated and got families and
okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so it's kind of lost in the time.
Yeah, like Dead or Alive came back and it's got a decent game, but the same thing. You've lost your following. You lost the momentum of getting people to play your stuff. That's the reason why everybody kind of mad at Street Fighter because Street Fighter Capcom has made it a little easier to play.
Okay,
but that helps new people. The juniors in high school pick up a fighting game and be like, oh, I want to be a part of this. Okay. So if Virtual Fighter wants to get that community, they better do it now.
It also goes to the consumer because you think you want something and you get it, and it's like that. The Golden Sun on the DS is not what I wanted, guys.
Exactly.
That is not what I had
I
in mind.
think honestly, like Virtual Fighter would be success to the nostalgia, not so much of like continuing the reign of it. People are like, oh man, this brings back memories. Yeah, I'll give this a game a try, but I don't expect it to be at Evo.
Well, honestly, you never know.
Or let me put it this way: I think Evo does a good job, like putting it in 1 year, but you probably won't see it again.
I look at it this way: if DOA can make a showing and be it, I think it's going to be at Evo. Yeah. DOA 6 is making a showing. I think.
Yeah, because this is his first time, right?
Yes, but
hit me up next year. Hit me up next year.
We'll put a pin in it.
And if it does come back, I will shut up.
Virtual Fighter. I think Sega's strategy should be introduce a Virtual Fighter character. Maybe as a guest character in season 3 of Tekken.
Yeah.
You know what? I would love to see
kind of cool.
Vanessa come from. But we already have a Marta. But Vanessa could come in, or Jackie, or Sarah, whomever. And then, all right, gauge interest. All right, then slip a Virtual Fighter, a little re-release, and then bam, Virtual Fighter 6. And you could have it. I mean, yes, I agree. But if you kind of, give it to him, spoon feed him a little bit, and then
you
all right,
too high sticking the mic.
All right,
Spoon feed him. He's walking away from the mic.
Spoon feed him a little bit. You can nail him with the Virtual Fighter 6.
All right, before we wrap up, going to Sonic's, and by the way, I think all this is a great top, but we're probably going to get a Sonic Adventure 3 afterwards. But Shinobi would be a good choice too. Just throwing that out there. Shinobi would be a good choice. Ninja needs to come back. Ninja guy ain't going. Ninja guy kind of ran his course for a little bit. I don't know if that's going to come back. He's back there alive. We're not going to see him for a while. Yeah. But Shinobi a good choice.
We need Musashi back, Joe Musashi.
Yes. Sonic, the movie. We saw a trailer of it.
Yes.
It's blue, and he's something else.
And everybody lost their
from the same
minds.
actor, from the same guy that plays Cyclops, happens to be the same guy that drove another fur animal and Hop in the exact same scene of him driving another rodent in the car.
Random fact, he's from Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's good for him. Ponca City, if I'm correct.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. You see, he did not represent Oklahoma. Just kidding.
Man, nobody wants to claim. The actors don't want to claim Oklahoma half the time, but
we're not that bad. I mean, come on. Look, you got North Dakota.
Yeah.
I wouldn't represent North Dakota. We are like I tell people, like, we are like, that buddy that hangs out with Texas. And it's like, hey, man, he's cool. He's cool. We're that state. We're cool for the parties. Just trust us. We're pretty cool.
Idaho's got the potatoes. Idaho's repping everywhere someone's having a burger.
There you go. But Sonic movie, how do you guys feel about that overall?
Personally, I'm still good. It looks like it's hot garbage, but I'm in it for Jim Carrey, and I'm going to go in with an open mind. At the very least, it'll land like a good bad movie like Super Mario Brothers.
Right.
Okay.
I got mixed feelings about it too.
Okay.
People don't notice I love Sonic the Hedgehog. I grew up on Sonic, and I just wish that sometimes people, when they make these movies, keep it simple.
Yes.
And pay attention to the actual layout of a character. You don't need to go crazy and get creative. You literally can go with that same graphic and just all you have to do is update it. But instead, they try to say, oh, what if Sonic was real?
They're doing the Smurfs. What if they invade our real world?
Yeah.
Well, that's what they normally do, right? Most every movie has to involve Earth somehow. You can never, like Superman, we'll never get a Superman movie where he can go out to a whole galaxy from the other place. Somehow, Earth has to be involved. Guardian of the Galaxy, Earth was involved somehow in this.
Yep.
I don't know why. I don't know why they have to involve
so much,
Earth.
I mean, he comes from the planet Mobius. You have so much storytelling there. You don't have to involve. I don't know. If only if it was like a little bit. If they fooled us with the trailer and only like 20, 30 minutes was Earth, and then Robotnik follows him back to Mobius, and we have the rest of the movie there. Okay, cool. But that won't.
What about you, Curtis?
Probably gonna see it. Gonna give it a chance. I am in full agreement though that he looks horrendous.
Because now you heard the news that they were actually might go back and we rework them because because everybody online has shown a better version of what they have done. I'm like, was like, wow, guys, you let your fans do it better than you. This is like Sonic Man all over again.
Well, the theory, a popular conspiracy theory is they already had another design in their back pocket. They were doing it to build up hype and
that's just another way to like, joke's on you.
See, I was kidding. It would have
been different if that came out on April Fool's Day. And then it's like, no, this is the real footage, guys.
I'll go see it in that 40X.
When I had my buddy Jerome over here, I asked him, I was like, how would you tell a Sonic movie? Like, how would you do it? That's one thing. And I had the idea for it. Here's my idea. I would have said that, how about a Chaos Emerald just falls into the orbit, crash landed on Earth, a strange man, Dr. Eggman or Robotnik, decided to use that to do some experiments, use animals, And he created Sonic somehow doing that because that's how Sonic got created by Robotnik with the shoes and everything like that. And then Sonic works together, and you could put a human in there if you want to work together to defeat Robotnik and free these animals without the military involved, because military always has to be involved somewhere.
Exactly.
Like right there to me, it's like you said, it's simple. We don't need to be like he came from a different world and all this. No, you can fit it in the world. Just make it more sense, and it's still connected to the game. That's why people forget. People forget that when you destroy those enemies, those little birds start popping out. Like you are freeing these creatures,
bunnies,
but people forget
whatever.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Because we're too busy running so fast, we just don't notice. But they say thank you. You're just going too fast to hear them. So I always thought like maybe that would be just such a simple story to do.
They even have the dark story. I can't remember the name of the series, but it came on ABC or NBC, and it was It was kind of a darker Sonic the Hedgehog, and you had Antoine with the sword. And Amy and
Antoine Coyote, Bunny Rabbit, all that.
Sonic
It was
Game.
it was dark. It was darker. Like people were getting hurt, and it was like, okay, that's like you can tell a story like that,
right? And then with that, you can make that story so vague that in the sequel, Tails can come. Because Tails could have been part of that experiment and you didn't know, but Tails can come along. Knuckles can come along. Amy can come along.
Exactly. And then what you could do is, the story's already been made.
Exactly.
You use Sonic and Knuckles, right? That series where he was taking all the emeralds, the bigger Chaos Emeralds, and he made that to fit into his egg drone.
The Death Egg.
There's your movie right there.
Right.
And the ending could be Sonic chasing after him.
Right.
And hitting him before he runs out of his Chaos Emerald power.
Right. And if you want to do, like, if you want to represent other stages from the other previous Sonic, maybe if you got all seven emeralds, all seven emeralds, that could create a world that might change the world a little bit. And then that's where you might get your Green Hill, you might get your chemical plant, you might get your all those other stages.
Right.
There's still so much that it writes. I think they got the wrong writers for it, and they got the wrong producers for this movie.
I always wonder if they ever hire gamers when they make these movies, because I feel like they don't.
No,
and honestly, if you look at some of the internet and how a lot of the loudest gamers react, I wouldn't hire them either.
You say that because there's I made Jeremy watch this months ago, the Uncharted fan film.
Oh yeah.
So beautiful, and you can just tell like, oh, this is Hollywood just throwing money at something. Then this is someone loved this game, someone loved the passion. They even do the behind the head camera angle of the gameplay angle too.
Yeah,
but there's definitely a difference in passion.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Most viewers can tell the difference between passion and just.
Give me my
payout.
check.
Yeah.
Passion and a payout.
I just think they just have to think a little bit harder instead of just like, let's just throw this person in the world and roll with it. And you're getting the producer from Fast and Furious, so that's a perfect example of just rolling with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, speaking of that, these are the same people that are also doing the Saints Row movie. Now, that one fits more up their alley because Saints Row, you can do whatever you want as the Saints Row.
And I can't wait to see how they screw that up.
Dude, you know what? It's funny because like Sonic, I'm gonna go see Sonic movie because I don't think it's gonna be the worst thing in the world. Because I told him like, Super Mario Brothers movie is a terrible movie, but it's not the worst movie now to me.
No,
it's not. It's not. I think like Double Dragon's worse than that.
Oh God, yeah.
Dragon Ball got it beat.
Yeah,
I haven't
exactly.
Even seen Dragon Ball.
God.
I'm afraid to.
FYI, a Kamehameha wave can heal people.
Yeah.
Oh my. God, I guess you don't need a sensu bean.
Take that one.
Yeah, let me just throw these sensu beans out.
Right.
Oh, and there's airbending in that movie.
Yeah.
So, what else in the news you have before we wrap this up?
Oh, let's see. I have got me all flustered talking about Dragon Ball.
Borderlands 3 was on your list, correct?
Yes, Borderlands 3. Some footage of that was released, and
did everybody get a chance to kind of take a look at that? Anybody interested in it?
I never finished Borderlands 1 or 2. I might try 3, but
you get bored off of those games real quick.
Yeah, shooters. You got to jump in, release date with your posse, get in, get out. You know. Yeah,
those are the kind of games that Borderlands is a solid game. Mm-hmm. You want to rent it, beat it, take it back.
Okay.
That's
okay. No, that's fine. And Curtis, this is not more of your alley. You don't really play a lot of shooter games in general. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you mostly play like action and adventure kind of games. So, but by the looks of it, is that a game that ever interests you at all at one point in your life, or is that more like?
I've always wanted to jump into something like that or Fallout. Mm-hmm. It's always piqued my interest. I just don't have the commitment.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did see some of the reveals. I think it fixed a lot of stuff from the second one. I think it answered a lot of questions that people have. I think the best part is like it has no microtransactions. It's just going to be a solid game with DLC coming soon to it. So
the fact that is now a selling point on games. By the way, no microtransactions.
I know, right? Right.
thing that
It's the
was
fact
how
that we
games
have
were
to
20
say
years
that
ago.
now instead of like we should expect it.
That's the 2-player mode of 2019.
Yeah. But for the listeners, if you go to IGN or you go to YouTube, there's like a reveal party of it. They showed like 3 different scenes. They show you all the specs for it. It's really cool. If you're a Borderlands fan, you should be excited about this. And so,
Looks good.
So I have and I meant to bring this up earlier, but so everybody knows about Rocket League, right?
Yeah.
yes, that's the. I'm glad you brought that up. I forgot about them.
Psyonix, what Rocket League developer Psyonix bought by Epic Games, and they are getting review bombed hard by people because Epic Games bought them. Because you know what's coming up: Rocket League, Fortnite crossovers.
Oh man.
I love Rocket League. I used to play that very competitively.
But is that upset you that Epic bought?
As long as the game is still the game, I don't care.
I don't know what they would do to change it to ruin it, though.
I mean,
do you think
they're going to probably take it off of Steam, move it to the Epic Store?
Okay.
And part of their little proxy war with Valve. But aside from that, I don't see any reason they would change it. I love the music. The gameplay is fun to pick up and play. As long as they don't change that, as long as they don't screw with that, just say, hey, Psyonix, we own you now, but keep doing you.
I think that was a damn good chance of them to pick it up. Because honestly, I would have thought Microsoft or Sony would have picked them up a long time ago.
Yeah. I mean, they're cross-platform. They're on every console now, and I'm not sure if PlayStation's playing ball yet, but they're definitely doing cross-platform play amongst Xbox, Switch, and PC, and PlayStation and PC. So it's a good get. It's a great get.
Yeah, no, good for Epic for picking them up. I like you said, like the Fortnite, there's going to be a bunch of crossovers and stuff like that. But they've been doing crossovers for everything, anyways, in that game.
Superman cars,
right? The Nintendo's had property on there. There's a Metroid car.
Exactly. I got my Back to the Future car. I'm not worried.
I have that too. It's so awesome.
Yeah, and the Twisted Metal Sweet Tooth.
The ice cream truck. Yeah.
So it's no big deal. Gamers, calm down. I don't know who these people are review bombing, but calm down. You're still going to get griped at by the same a-holes when you don't make a goal. Nothing's changing.
But let me ask you this, Jaron, and this is no disrespect to people that still love that game, but don't you think, sorry if it's a bad pun here, but do you think it kind of, ran through your course? Like, do you really? I think I'm kind of not caring about it anymore. I don't know if I wanted to jump back in. I think it ran its course with me. Same thing with Fortnite. It was fun, but I'm moving on.
Yeah. It's got its core on it. It already hit its mass appeal. It made its splash when it was a free game a couple years ago on the PlayStation Store, and it just grew from there. And it's still got its competitive game. It's got its yearly. It's got its Rocket League, E-League, and everything like that.
Yeah.
For me, I'm an old man. I can't be playing all the time. I don't have time to be catching up with these youngsters. But
it's fun with a group, right? Like playing by yourself, I get bored really quick playing by yourself.
If you do doubles, it's okay. But
but you still have a friend, right?
Just randos.
Okay.
I doubles because I know I can still carry the match by myself if I have to.
Oh, you're that cocky, huh?
I'm just saying. In my prime, I was tearing through the ranks.
Don't make it sound like this game's been out for 10 years. This game's only been out like for 4 years.
To the internet, 2 years is like 10 years.
Shit, this ain't super off-road. Anyways.
Oh, man.
But anyways, that's it for our news. Updates for our network. Woo! There's a lot of stuff coming up. So May 9th is James Bond is coming back.
Yes.
So we do a podcast called Bond Never Dies where we go through every James Bond film. Okay. We're very excited about that. We're going through the Timothy Dalton and the Pierce Brosnan, the 90s Bond for us in this room. Yes. So we're going through the GoldenEye. Tomorrow Never Dies. World's not enough. Die another day,
Christmas comes twice a year. Oh.
Right. But I think I have a date coming soon. I can't announce it yet because I want to make sure I got it. But the Control Cabinet will be coming out in the month of May, and that is a show that me and Jaron do, where we're going through we're going through a bunch of arcade games.
Okay.
So that's going to be on YouTube only. So definitely check it out. Leave comments. So we can talk about it on our next one. We already recorded our first 5 episodes, but we're going through games like Dragon Lair. We go Ninja Baseball Man, Captain America and the Avengers.
Yes.
A little Alien versus Predator, you
Pro
know?
gear.
Yeah, so we have Pro Gear. So we have a lot of fun ones, and we even have more on the way. So we're excited about. But we were just having a good time. There were some funny moments in that game.
Yeah, it's back in the age of everybody's taking acid and making games.
Right. We're like, let's do it. Just throw it out there, see what happens. Right.
He's got a Tommy gun and he's a dog.
Right. Exactly. So be sure to watch out for that. And we have more shows. I'm actually working with a girl named Who is she mad at me because I can't even think of her name now? Ariel. Okay, yeah. I'll edit this out. All right. I love my powers. All right. That's my Justice League power. When people make mistakes, like, dude, I'll edit it out. Well, we're working on a Disney podcast.
Oh, nice.
And so we're just going to be going through a bunch of like just childhood talks about Disney and whatnot, and just talk about like stuff that made us cry. Dogs versus mice, because if you really think about it, there's a lot more dogs and mice Disney films than cats.
Yeah,
weird, right?
Weird. Might have been easier to study and draw. Cats won't stay put.
We'll be talking about just some deep stuff like Don Blunt. He's the one that's in charge of making
Don Bluth.
Don Bluth, sorry.
Yeah.
Anastasia, Dragon Lair. Actually, he was
Land
part.
Before Time.
Yeah.
American Tail.
Jam.
Yeah, American Tail, Secret of the Nim. So all dogs go to heaven. All those. He actually was part of Disney at one point, and we'll be talking about like 2 little films that he did, and all this. We have one that we're going to talk about, Brave Little Toaster, and how that somebody in development actually lost their job because of that movie, and the fact that is that a Disney movie or not is a thin line. So this show is packed with a lot of fun stuff. So we can't wait to talk about that. We don't have a date on that because we're going to start recording this month, but we don't have a date when it's going to premiere yet.
Coming soon.
Yeah, and we have a lot more shows coming soon that I can't wait to share when the time is right for that. But with that, let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to learn more about Ricky and some fighting games we like to see a certain developer touch and do their thing. We'll be right back. Hey, thank you so much for listening to this episode as part of the In-Game Boss program, a network of gaming and other variety shows. And remember, you can find all these shows on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, and Podbean. All you have to do is just follow and subscribe and enjoy all our other variety shows, like the In-Game Boss podcast, When Jeremy Met Nom and Finally Do a Movie podcast, Bond Never Dies, In the Cabinet Sessions. So thank you for listening. Enjoy the rest of the show. Okay, so who is your favorite James Bond?
Oh, Sean Connery, hands down.
Why?
Because he was the first. He was the best. He's the foundation for all the James Bonds.
Well, don't you believe can be like better Bonds that can improve off of Sean Connery? It doesn't mean like he's the best. Like Pierce Brosnan, I think, is like the most well-balanced one. I think he's the jack of all trades.
I think the key word there is improve upon. He's the foundation. He's the beginning.
Do you think, what do you think about Roger Moore then?
Roger Moore, he's okay. He's a little more goofy. Not as cool as Pierce Brosnan, but not as stoic as James.
But he has cooler gadgets, don't you agree?
I think you need to go back and watch Sean Connery.
I think you need to go back and watch Pierce Brosnan.
I think we need to go back and watch them all.
Including Timothy Dalton and Daniel Craig too?
All of them.
Okay. All right. We need a name for this. What do you think? What should we call it?
Well, the fact of the matter is Bond never dies.
All right. Bond never dies. And welcome back to the In-Game Boss podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy, along with Jaron Williams.
Hey.
Curtis Scism.
Hey.
And our lovely special guest, the man himself, Ricky McNeal.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Ricky, you're the man behind HXC Gaming. Now, when I first heard about this, I went to a couple of your events, and I was very surprised for myself. I should not be surprised. I mean, you've done this for years, but I was just surprised, like, wow, I never found a giant community of people playing fighting games. I always see them like, and we'll get your backstory about how you got started, but, I always seen him like in small groups and like, hey, come over, let's play some fighting games, everything. But Oklahoma has this issue where if there's a community or events, no one knows about it.
Right. It's weird.
It's weird. Even with Facebook.
Yeah.
And all the social media, it's still hard to find out about this stuff.
And then people start complaining, there's nothing going on. It's like, no, there's plenty. You just, you got
to turn over those rocks.
Yeah.
Right,
Use
right.
a Twitter account once in a while.
So, Ricky, before we even hit you with all these questions, of course, I'm sure you've been asked this a million times, but just for my listeners, for the 1 millionth time, how did this get started?
Okay. Well, it really started back when I was in the 8th grade. I used to host Mortal Kombat tournaments in my dad's garage.
Was that 1 or 2?
It was actually Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
it was that one. And it was the one where all the characters came on. And it was on Sega. And I was the guy with, 8 Segas, 8 TVs in my garage. My dad finally was like, hey, electric bill's going up. What you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
And I just started charging my friends like, $1 here, $5 here. And then next thing you know, I went overseas. I held tournaments over in Korea. And I was like, man, I'm gonna bring this back home like I used to in my garage. I got back and I was like, oh shit, where's everybody at? Because when I was in Korea, I would have these big 300-man tournaments. Then I came back here, it was like 6 guys. So I was like, okay, gotta get this going. So that's kind of how HXC started.
So in South Korea, what was the vibe like compared of where you're at now?
Oh my
like
God.
what's the different vibes that you get?
First of all, they're 100 times better than us in video games.
Okay.
Like they have think of it like they're Super Saiyan gods and we're Yamchas.
Yeah.
And, I watched a 7-year-old playing StarCraft. Is that the PC game?
Yeah.
And he's just, and I'm like, oh my God, he looks like J5. Remember?
Yeah.
He was like Johnny 5. More input. And I was like, there's no way I could sit here, learn this game, and beat this kid. It would take me 5 years. And so, yeah, their scene is just like quadruple.
Is being organized at those giant tournaments a lot more difficult when you first started there, or is it a lot smoother than here?
Honestly, I hate to say it was a lot smoother there.
Okay.
Because I had a guy there that was translating for me.
Okay.
And even though we had there was a language barrier there, it still went smooth because the thing about fighting game tournaments, they know what they're supposed to be doing anyway, so they kind of help themselves. Versus my 2K guys, I got to go hold their hands and be like, hey guys, play this match, put the money up, put out the blunt, play your game.
Yeah.
It's a lot smoother over there too.
Okay. Before I open the the pool for everybody to dip in, I have one more question for you. Can you give me one moment there that just blew your mind there? This is like one fight thing that happened there. Like, oh my gosh, I was here for this one moment. This is incredible.
Overseas?
Yeah, overseas.
Okay. Yes. So while overseas at a video game tournament, I didn't know that this little kid who will one day be an Evo champion was at my tournament. His name was Infiltration.
Okay.
And at the time, Infiltration was young. And so everybody's gathering around this one kid, and he's beating everybody. The crazy thing about it that made me just realize where esports was going that day is he started signing people's fight sticks. And he was young. And I was like, he's just a little kid. And then I get back over here, he's this badass person. So that's when I seen him signing people's fight sticks. That's when I knew. I'm like, oh my.
Do you remember the game it was at that time?
At the time, it was Capcom versus SNK 2. That's what we were playing.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Oh man,
and I love that game a lot.
Yeah.
And that day we had like 396 people in that tournament. So their tournaments are massive. Their weeklies are massive.
You must have some really big locations to do all that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
At the time when I was over there, their land centers are like the Devon Tower. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow,
So,
yeah.
they
like
gotta
every
build up.
floor is arcades, PCs, and that's another reason why they're better than us is because they go train. So while we're watching TV shows and shit like that, they're out at arcades getting better.
Right.
So we have plenty of room.
Do you miss that experience going back there? Just kind of like I would love just to do one more of those.
Yes, I would love to go back and do one more event over there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I would make that happen. But one day I'm gonna do it. One day I'm gonna go back over there and just do it.
Okay, guys, throw some questions at him. What you got?
I have one. So, just from what you described there, and I could just see your eyes light up when describing that scene there. What would be the thing that would just draw? Is it just the sheer passion for it over there versus how it is here, or I mean, what? I guess a better way to phrase it: what one thing would you want to take from over there and bring here?
Yeah.
Okay. It's all passion. I think because honestly, I had a gamer tell me 2 weeks ago that he was like, Ricky, you're too good for this community and we don't deserve you. And I'm like, why you say that? He was like, because you bring all this awesome stuff here and it goes unnoticed all the time. I'm like,
I can agree with that.
I can see that. And so one thing I could not only just bring from over there to over here, I wish I could just insert it into people's passion. Because here in Oklahoma, let's just say if you're into board games, sometimes it's hard getting people out of their house and going to a board game event.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It could be our weather, because sometimes our weather shuts people. If it rains here, it's almost like, I don't want to go. I'm done. I don't want to go nowhere.
And it's sad because that did kind of occur with Super BitCon that one year because of the tornadoes and thunder.
Of a tornado, it basically ruined our event.
Like
it was lots of it.
Yeah,
let a wind have it. Oh, I'm going home.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. And it's a sprawl. This state in general, this city is not built for going from here to there. I live in the southeast part of this town. To get to the Northwest Expressway or anything like that is 25-30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a chore.
Yeah, it becomes a chore, and that also does not help. It does not help.
I think it's the drivers that's turning you more off, because it's like everywhere it takes to get 20-25 minutes here in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
But then you start to think about, oh man, I got to go across all that construction that's been worked on for 19 years. So the construction throws it off, and then like I tell my gamers all the time, he's like, why all your Red Dirt Rumbles in Norman? I was like, you know what? If I put it on KC, people would complain. If I put it in Edmond, people would complain. If it was on the west side, people would complain. If it was on the east side, people would complain. So it's in Norman where everyone cares about esports. It's in the most centralized location where people actually care.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So for Oklahoma in the esports realm right now, what do you think? Have you seen that it has been progressing very well, and then what do you think has been kind of declining, or what do you think has been lack of?
Okay. Well, the good thing progression is just awareness. People are starting to notice that. Okay, we do have video game tournaments here. The thing that I see that's declining is, let's say lacking is the proper help.
Okay.
Example, I see people that'll jump in a group and say, I want to do an esports tournament, blah, blah, blah. We're going to have $10,000 worth of prizes. It's going to be on this date. See you guys there. And then I'm like, hi, who are you?
Yeah.
The thing I've learned is you can't just go to someone's city, say you're going to do something because it's cool, and then they have these terrible events. We've had times where people come and they be so excited about an esports event, they put up all this money for it, and then they're like, oh man, we only got 32 people. And then people are like, hey, you should have called Ricky. He could have helped you with that. And then they have a bad turnout, and then they're calling me. And I'm like, oh, it's too late because I'm already booked. So the lack I see people liking what they're wanting they're getting into esports, but they're not taking the necessary steps and research to make it grow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Kind of like the whole thing when people want open them. I was like, I want to make my own retro game convention and this.
Yeah, make your own cons
like,
and all.
And then they end up hitting up the people who were doing Super Big Cons, like, hey, could you give me some of your leads?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And it's weird because honestly, I love Super Big Con was my favorite convention. As small and homey it seemed, it was just well put together, well organized. And guess what? The people that was actually throwing it were actual gamers.
Yeah.
You know, and that's another thing I hate about conventions that I go to. If I start having a Super Mario Brother conversation, I expect you to know what I'm talking about.
Right?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Versus like, oh yeah, I remember when I had a Nintendo.
Yeah, I played that Sonic on it.
You're
Yeah,
right.
I was like, what?
Wait, what?
That's your old parents talk.
Oh, my mom still called
Yeah,
everything.
my dad, I used to have Atari. Yeah, I just expect to, like Best Buy, if I'm talking to you about video games, I expect you to know what's going on, you know.
Right. You don't have to have the super knowledge of it, but you just need to be aware of what this game is at least.
Yeah.
Just be in the same realm as me.
Yeah.
Same realm.
Yeah.
I mean, I can start talking about Nickelodeon guts, and I think we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Right.
You know? So, yeah.
Okay.
It was fixed.
That's a whole different saga, man.
That's a whole.
Curtis, you have any questions?
What kind of practices would you bring from Korea to here to improve the gaming community? And another caveat is too. Do you think the public transit helps with getting around versus
Oh my God.
our lack of public?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that does hurt Oklahoma is the lack of transportation.
Okay.
If you don't have a car, you're pretty much screwed here.
Yeah.
Which is weird. We would think we'll have buses. I know we got
We
buses.
need esport
but
Uber edition.
we have
Uber
buses.
edition. Esport Uber edition.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
just go
yeah,
pick
yeah.
up everybody.
Like,
I mean, but we have Ubers everywhere.
You're right.
Yeah.
But he's right. But then certain people can't afford. Some people don't even have a checking card.
Yeah.
To order a Uber, you know, so it does hurt because the number one thing people always say is in our groups to our events is I need a ride. 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 So
Yeah.
Right.
you're spot on about that. So that's another thing. Korea, you can just go downstairs, go to the train station, hop on a subway, go across town, get to Itaewon and play in a 30-man bracket with no problem, or 100-man.
It's funny. I was watching a video, a day of a life, and a Japanese work student. She gets her phone, goes on the train, gets off with her phone ticket, and it's just, man, that is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
cool.
it's,
Yeah.
like, it's definitely like that in Korea too.
We need that here.
And that's what works for that's what it works with Las Vegas because it's already the city, just everything works around it. That's why Evo works perfect for Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, the thing with Japan and South Korea, they have to. You have to have a Suica card in Japan. You have to have a pass card and put it on the phone because, if you didn't, everything would just get backed up. You have to. They catch up. Oklahoma, I love Oklahoma. Born here, raised here. But Oklahoma is slower than molasses in January and picking anything new up.
Yep.
Like we had a chance to have a good train system. They voted against that, cemented that up.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's slow. So it's
Ricky,
definitely.
I love hearing your enthusiasm about the South Korean gaming community.
Yeah.
The last time I've heard anyone speak that passionately was Total Biscuit.
Oh,
And
wow.
I kind of got really teary.
Yeah.
Talk about that. I was like, man, I love the love.
Yeah. I loved it over there.
So what are some of the inputs that people have been saying into the community, like suggestions or anything? What are some things that they told you, and have some of those things you decided to look into, or some of those that seems like a personal thing for you?
Right. So the sucky thing about being a tournament organizer is it's like I'm automatically the leader of a community, regardless if I want it or not.
Oh yeah, you're the Moses of esports.
Oh, you're Cyclops.
The sucky,
Right.
The sucky thing is a lot of times the complaints people have is something I can't do. I have to literally get with these developers. For example, Dragon Ball Fighters is an awesome fighting game.
Yeah.
And what they're doing right now, they're sabotaging their own game by putting 20 Gokus in it. And so, people bitch at me and be like, man, all these stupid, I hate this game because they keep putting Gokus in it. And I'll send, Arc an email like, hey, you can put PyCon in here. You can put a bunch of other these characters in the game. Please stop. You're making it where I can't host tournaments no more. Yeah. And that's out of my, it's really out of my stretch.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. I feel like that, and I don't want to swear off here, but Dragon Ball does have a huge library of characters. They just need to think outside the box. Like, do we really need a GT edition of Goku?
Right.
Do we really need that? Right. No, I think one Goku is enough.
Exactly. Omega Shenron could have been a way better person to add to that game versus another base Goku.
Or Kid Oob
version. Yeah. Or give me Oob. Yeah. I would take Oob.
Yeah. Right, exactly. And so, has there been, what are the weirdest things that people ask you, like, complain about?
Oh my God. So I get those 3 a.m. messages from people.
I am so sorry.
And
I am so sorry to hear that.
I can have instructions about the event to the T on our page, and people will be like, what time is Red Dirt Rumble tomorrow? At 3 a.m. And I'm like, it's today. It's at 6. Just like the other 20 times we held this event.
Yeah.
I've had people ask me for rides. I had people ask me sexual things like,
Whoa.
Ricky, what should I do in this situation? I'm like,
What the?
Rated M for mature.
Right, exactly. But you know what's funny? Speaking of that, the person that asked me this, I was like, well, I already know you forgot your condom because you always forget your controller at tournaments.
Oh, damn.
That was Randy Savage.
Damn.
And he's like, it's too early, Ricky. It's too early. I'm like, yeah,
You're
I know
right. It's too early. Why is it 3 o'clock in the morning?
Glad to know your clock works.
So I'm pretty sure listeners want to know what are your most popular games as of right now, these tournaments. Like, what are what's the popping ones?
The most popular ones right now is Tekken. Of course, I love that damn game.
Preach.
Tekken, Eunice, and Mortal Kombat right now.
Smash Bros is not on that list.
It's Smash Brothers.
Okay. I was like, huh?
Smash Brothers.
Really? I was like,
There's Smash Brothers, and then there's everything else.
okay.
Here in Oklahoma, Oklahoma has the largest Smash scene in this region.
Okay.
So everything pretty much goes through us. We don't have the most talented one. Well, I take it back. We got the #1 Smash player in this region now. He's actually a pro gamer. He left. Check this out. He left California and came to Oklahoma.
What?
Because the cost of living is better.
Okay.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he's a pro gamer. His name is MVD. And he's like, dude, I like it way better here because not only do I get to be a pro gamer, I can also afford living here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You
I
live like
hope
a
more
king here.
Yeah, I hope more pros do like him because he was telling some of his other guys like, "Hey, you should live here. It's cheaper. I still get my games in. I still get to travel, and I don't have to worry about paying $4,000 for an apartment in California."
Right.
So
Jeez.
yeah,
Man, with that money, they can all just get a gamer commune, like just buy a block of houses.
And, you know, speaking of Smash Brothers, how's that work with the Switch? Has that been a very smooth compared to the Wii U?
yeah. Well, okay. So security issues is you can steal it easily. So you
Yes.
can take it off its dock
Yes.
Yeah.
and walk away with a Switch, but no.
See, someone get mad, they get to take it off, right? Yeah.
So
Man.
honestly, you would think it would be more of a hassle, but it's actually been pretty smooth.
Okay.
What I would like to start implementing is using that dock feature so people can just come dock and play against each other. But it's been pretty smooth. We got
Okay.
little 3D printed locks that locks it in, protects people from taking it, but I
Okay.
haven't had no issues. And then you have to have this adapter. So some people are still using GameCube controllers. So you got to buy adaptive with the Switch so they can
Right.
still
Yeah.
use their own controller.
Right.
Which I love about Nintendo. As much as they like to take over the market like Michael Jordan does and drop these exclusive things and then take them away from us, Nintendo always pays attention to everybody. So they're like, hey, we're not going to leave you in the back like Xbox does. Where
Yeah.
the controller you bought last year won't work this year.
Right.
Yeah.
Nintendo is always looking out for
Yeah.
gamers. That's one thing I love about Nintendo. They always make sure.
So what is the weakest game out of these tournaments? Like, what's your lowest numbers?
Ooh, the lowest one.
Is it Marvel's Capcom Infinity? Is that down there?
Yeah, that's down there. That one and surprisingly Soul Calibur. As many people.
That's
love
so weird. I
Calibur-
thought Soul Calibur 6 was really gonna pop.
It is. It's really
People
good.
like it.
People love it, but it's like if they had to pick that versus Tekken, they're gonna put their money on Tekken.
Yeah.
So,
As they should.
Is that because it's just Tekken that's been out longer and people are just sticking with that than Soul Calibur?
I think it's kind of like a cross thing. It's like if you play Tekken, you play Soul Calibur. And
Oh,
Soul
okay.
Calibur is like their backup thing.
Okay.
So, but Marvel Infinity is just.
And you mentioned on your top that DBZ is not on there, and we mentioned before like
Right.
because of so many Gokus. So
Yeah.
is that decline or is that still kind of in the middle?
It's in the middle. So
Okay.
it's almost like people come out and play because they have to. Like, oh, I gotta play Dragon Ball. I gotta play Dragon Ball.
Okay.
And
It's
it's
still coming
'cause
out.
Last year was like, oh yeah, we're playing Dragon Ball. Now it's like, I guess I gotta play Dragon Ball. So if they just start adding in new characters and quit putting up so many damn Gokus, I promise
Yeah.
you, it'll last even longer.
Maybe
It's
they
a
get
solid
Shaggy.
game.
Yeah.
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 One more question from everybody, if you have one. Jaron, you have any more? You have one more for him before we do our main topic.
I have a few, but I'm good.
I'm out, man.
He already ran his course. Like, man, I already.
I guess actually here's one. Have you ever considered getting back into? Because I've only had the pleasure of going to a couple of Red Dirt Rumbles. Have you ever been tempted to jump back into the tournament, like enter yourself, like Shang Tsung your way into a tournament?
Yeah. Well, I do, and I still get pummeled. I play in Mortal Kombat tournaments now.
Okay.
And I play, and I get beat, and that's okay. It's just these guys, they just have way more time than me.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah.
I like to play for fun. I don't mind donating my money and getting my butt kicked.
Yeah.
So I still do play, yes.
Okay.
For fun, who are your favorite mains, regardless of game?
Oh, Chun-Li.
Okay.
Any Ryu Ken Akuma character. Those are my guys.
Heck
You know how they're-
Okay.
So them, and then I gotta say Smoke.
Ooh.
Okay.
Really?
Okay.
Smoke is my guy. Matter of fact, Smoke. So Robot Smoke is the first person I've won tournaments with. And
Okay.
He's close to me,
Because that's your baby. You won with him, right? Yeah.
I'll never forget the first time I went to a Mortal Kombat tournament and I was beating the crap out of everybody. And everybody's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm using juggle combos." And then, "What's a juggle combo?" I'm like, "Oh, it's time. I'm about to make a lot of money today." Because these kids, they do not know what they just got themselves.
Oh, messed up.
Yeah.
Don't ask questions. So, Ricky, before we wrap this up, and I know we have tons more questions, but we do got to get to our main topic. What are your goals this year, or your goals further on?
Okay. Number one goal this year is I want to get to over 2,000 viewers in my stream.
Okay.
I have a couple events I'm doing this year. I think it's possible.
Okay.
If I can get over 2,000 viewers, I feel like that'll really help out Oklahoma a lot.
Okay.
Earlier this year, I don't know if y'all know who Tasty Steve is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tasty Steve. I feel like this helped the Super Bit Wars a lot. Tasty Steve was going to come and commentate it there, but he couldn't. He had to go to SoCal or NorCal or whatever. And basically, he's seen the layout of my plan of Super Bit Wars, and he talked about it. He's like, "Oh man, Super Bit Wars is going to be dope," and he said it on stream. So that same day, my stream jumped up to 1,000 viewers.
Nice.
So now, if I can just get Tasty Steve to do that again for us on our next stream that he does, it could help Oklahoma out a lot. So 2,000 viewers is my goal.
Now, you have a personal goal. I remember the last time. I don't know. Do you remember one goal you said the first time you were on the show?
I don't. What did I say?
You said there was a certain person that you feel like it will be accomplishment in your life if a certain person came to one of your tournaments. Do you remember who that person was?
Oh, was it Kevin Durant?
No.
No.
He's a famous.
Oh, Swoozy. If I can get Swoozy to come to one of my tournaments, right?
Him or the guy that just won an award for VGA. I forgot his name. He wears the Fox outfit.
Oh,
Sonic Fox.
Sonic Fox. Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
Sonic Fox.
Remember that was the first thing he said.
Yeah.
Is like he said, "I will feel accomplished if Sonic Fox came to one of my tournaments."
He still haven't came yet.
Yeah.
He wants to come to one, but every time we have one, he's at another tournament.
Okay.
So he's gonna be.
You gotta reserve him.
Right. He's gonna be at my tournament in September.
Oh,
So-
congratulations!
Yes.
Oh
It's gonna
yeah.
happen.
Maybe is that the first time you revealed that?
Yeah, actually.
Heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So he'll be at our tournament in September. I can't
Okay.
release all the details yet, but
Awesome.
he will be there.
Very
Also, I
nice.
need that invitation.
Yeah, there we go. Exactly.
I'll have the popcorn in the back. Like, let me
Now,
see
this
this
Mortal
guy.
Kombat, I can't play. I watch.
Well, Jaron, we might have to make a visit over there. Yeah,
Hey,
definitely.
I've been trying to clear up my schedule so I can that Red Dirt Rumble in May 18th.
Yeah, the next one's 18th.
Yeah, I will see you there. No more weddings to officiate. I
Life happens.
will not be on call that week.
Life happens.
Right.
I will be there.
So, of course, people who are listening knows the topic we were talking about, a bunch of fighting games. So our topic is fighting games, but a little bit different here. Arc System, they're like taking over basically the fighting era. Like they're getting their hands on everything. You know, they did the DBZ, Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Yeah.
They had done the Guilty Gear. They had done Blazblue. They have
Yes.
done Persona Arena
Yes.
and the remix of that. And they did the cross one where it's like a
Blazblue.
bunch of their other franchise all wrapped up in one fight going against each other.
Yeah. Yes.
They are working on a Kill a Kill game.
Yeah.
Of course they are.
Of course. So there's so many have they touched. They have touched like an anime show. They have touched video game franchises. Not so much cartoons, but in this episode particularly, we decided what series, games, anime, and a cartoon that we would like to see. So I said, and if you guys have it, don't worry about it.
Okay.
You know, but I said 2 video games, 1 anime, 1 cartoon. Okay. So we're just gonna go around. Whatever. If we feel like that's a good one to talk about, we'll see how we feel about it. So Ricky, as a special guest, give me 1 out of your list so far.
Okay, River City Ransom.
Ooh. Oh. Why is that one?
Because River City Ransom is, again, I love beat 'em ups.
Yeah.
But that one had so many dope characters in it that you knew nothing about. They were just those cool. I like the way that guy looks, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And so I think if they could just make them into bigger characters, make that into a fighting game, that would be really dope.
Especially like later in the entries, they do a lot of really cool combo moves and stuff like that, breakdancing and all that kind of stuff.
Kunio-kun. Hell, I'd love to just see that series brought back.
Remember, how you had to go through, you had to get money, beat up people, take their money, buy new moves. Well, you read them out of books or whatever.
You heard the rumor. You heard the story. They're making another River City, but is River City girls? It's supposed to be a fighting game.
River City Girls.
Yeah, it's supposed to be all girl cast fighting.
Yeah, they had a mobile version on 3DS, like River City Brawl or something like that. Okay. So I'm glad it's still around.
I'm surprised you said it. I just never thought I never thought of that game. Whereas I was like, I can see that.
I mean, they could make their own story or actually bring the story from Japan. And bring it in.
Yeah. What you got, Jaron?
So I've been going back and forth. Either a full Funimation fighting game because they have so many properties. Which has so many properties. Or before the Cheesecake Factory, the next DOA, High School DxD, because they have so many crazy ass characters.
Okay. So
that would be fun. I mean, you know, the anime brief synopsis is kid gets turned into a devil. Obviously, he wants to become a harem king, but you have all these different people that are on his team or his friends that have these different abilities. And they have these different abilities and personalities, and then you have these other devils and angels and Chaos Brigade. It's a crazy world, and they could easily make a fighting game out of it.
Okay. I need to look at that anime. So.
Yeah, if you have the Funimation service, it's on there. Like most of it's uncut, some of it isn't. If not, Amazon. You can get it on Amazon.
So before I pick my pick, I'm going to go and get this one out because I think a lot of people already were talking about it. We talked about our last episode, a little hint. Avatar: The Last Airbender would have been a good entry. They have a great cast, and it would be great to see the artwork of their abilities doing combos and stuff like that. Yeah. We were talking about like their finisher moves could be like a bending of some sort or something like that.
Or an Avatar goes into the Avatar state and just wrecks house.
I like that. That's
yeah. So I think that'd be a great pick because like that has such a great library of casts. Like you got already a set of waterbenders. You have a set of air and fire, and all that stuff. So it'd be really cool to just see what they would come up with the creativity for that. But for me, Overwatch. I think Overwatch has a really great cast of characters. I can see that as a fighting game.
Yeah. Blizzard might play nice. Blizzard could play nice.
Yeah. They just have so many diverse. I mean, they had a hamster on a wheel. I mean, a ball. Yeah. Like that'd be a funny thing to see them fight. Yeah. Right.
It's like every year. Every year they introduce like 1 or 2 new characters in the game.
I think they're announcing another one.
That's a really solid game.
Oh yeah, I've been into it like no other dude.
Overwatch is a really good game. Well balanced, beautiful.
Right.
I mean, it's really flat out. You really can't complain about that game.
It's right to watch.
I'd be maining Diva or May. Period.
And that's another thing too. Were you ever going to dip into different categories of other tournament like genres? Or are you going to do shooters in the future or anything?
We're going to get back into shooters here soon.
Okay.
I know most of the time I do shooters, I actually do tournaments with MLG. I go and help them with theirs.
Okay.
It's just because it requires so much. And it's so hard, and then so little reward. So
there's a lot of team-based stuff, a lot of group stuff.
It takes a lot longer.
Yeah, so I like to help out other people with theirs.
Okay,
but like we do Overwatch with Get Wrecked out in Norman.
Okay,
they do a lot of League of Legends. I help them out with their stuff. So
okay,
nice.
Curtis, my anime series, I would like to see a decent Bleach fighter. That's a 2D.
Okay,
the last decent Bleach fighter that was in the 2D was on the DS, and it had a forward plane and a back plane, but it was on the DS. I want to see, because you look at Arc System, and that line between animation, and video game is erased, if not blurred. Right. I actually rented Dragon Ball Fighters. I was like, man, the character models look. Was it hand drawn? What is this?
Yeah.
Right.
Blazblue.
Well, ever since Guilty Gear, you just can tell like their hand drawing is just so good.
Yeah.
And they go
Yeah.
into the finisher so smoothly from the fighting. Then goes into this giant combo. It's an animated finisher.
Yeah.
You can't
Polished all
you
around.
cannot tell the transition
Right.
at all.
Yeah.
And you can tell that also, like, what Bleach they can do with what they did with Dragon Ball. Like, they put so much harder even to the little things. Like, my favorite part is, like, when a battle, like, when one fighter gets knocked out, the other fighter again, they clash for a second, and then they duke it out. Like, that little thing is really cool. Instead of them just walking out like, hey, I'm next. You know?
Yeah.
With Bleach, because you have so many character relationships, like Ichigo goes down, or Hime starts healing him, she jumps in and shoots her offensive Tsubaki
Yeah,
at
that'd be
him.
good.
Right.
And then it comes back, and you have so much interaction with the characters. Aizen could flash step in if Gin goes down and pull off an illusion, like the Gin was never there or something. You could do really fun tongue-in-cheek things with that.
I think also, too, is because, like, they have 3 different forms, basically.
Yeah.
So, like, 3 different, like, kind of Bankai styles. So that can be really helpful, too.
And I would like to see transformations rather than, because you get into what you were saying about the Goku issue. That's why I never bought fighters. It's like, why is there so many? Just do the Budokai thing, have them base form, Kaioken, super, and just keep going.
Build up
from
that
there.
meter, transform, and
Right.
I mean, what was it? What was that game? Bloody Roar. Bloody Roar.
I forgot
did
about that game.
Yeah,
I
forgot about the game.
yeah, everybody forgot about Bloody Roar. Yeah. It did transformation
And
pretty well.
it turns into even Ninja Storm was a more contemporary one. It had the problem of Naruto at this point in the series. Naruto at this point in the series.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with the transformations, but that again, as not a developer, I don't know how hard that is. I apologize.
Balance.
Yeah.
But-
Okay.
Bleach was definitely one.
That's
And-
Okay. Ricky, what else you got, buddy?
Another one again. I like to just stick with the games.
Yeah, yes.
Dragon Ball. I mean, Double Dragon. I
Double
wish
Dragon,
they would-
okay.
Double
Oh,
Dragon
yeah.
in the hands of Arcs. I feel like they could take those. Now I don't know if y'all remember. Remember Dragon Ball 1 or was it 2, where you can go into the lobby and fight against 2 Bobos.
Yeah.
Or 2 Billy versus what was Jimmy.
Yeah.
And you make them, dude. That would be so dope if they could just.
Yeah.
Now,
those characters.
you probably didn't know this, but they did make a Double Dragon 4 at one point. Didn't receive well.
Oh really?
But yeah, but it was a
They
Double
called it
Dragon 4,
5,
not
the Shadow
not a fighting
Falls.
game. It was a traditional.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they
Yeah.
had a Double Dragon 5 way
Okay.
back when the Shadow Falls. It was a fighting game, air quotes. For those
Okay.
who can't see.
Okay.
It was horrible.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes, I would
Yeah.
love to see. It was based off the cartoon as well. So I'd love.
Oh
to
man,
see
if they
that.
can do the clash of like with Streets of Rage and that would have been like amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys have appreciation for Streets of Rage, especially
Streets of Rage is
I
my
like
favorite
three.
beat 'em up
Which
game
one-
probably
which
of all
one you like the
time.
most?
Huh?
Which one you like the most?
Streets of Rage 2 is probably my favorite game
Okay.
of all time.
Okay.
Favorite beat 'em up game of all time.
Okay.
That soundtrack.
I like 2 and 3. 2 and 3 were the best ones to me.
Okay.
3 was ridiculous, but 2 was just like
2 is just a good
Two
middle.
yeah,
Yeah.
2 had the best blend. I would play the Japanese version of 3 because I heard they balanced the difficulty a little bit better.
Yeah.
1 has a special place because that was my first exposure to beat 'em ups.
Right.
And I always loved playing.
I'm hoping
Adam.
4 will bring back the 2 love. Hope they focus on 2 when they made 4, as that platform idea.
You know what? As long as they bring Skate and Adam back, I'm good.
they got to bring
Skate's gonna be a grown man.
Yeah.
He's gonna be too old. He's gonna be like, man, I can't bounce on these. I'll just kidding.
All I'm saying is, it makes me mad that the only way to play Adam in any contemporary Streets of Rage games are those hacks, those ROM hacks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Drawn, what you got?
Oh man. As far as a fighting game, it's gonna be because that Double Dragon that was damn good.
Ricky's killing it.
Yeah, I was about to say it's like, man, I'm a bit stuff. There's not too much.
You wanna wait on it?
I'll put it this way: Legend of Zelda, because
Yeah. Okay.
all the different characters that you can bring in, and no Dragon Ball Fighter Z where you have like 5 links.
Yeah.
You don't want Kid Link with the milk?
No, have
You don't want
one
the Breath of the
link.
Wild link?
Have one link with the variants. You have the.
I love how you said every other different link. So it's like you can't bring every link, huh? All right.
You can have.
Woo!
I'll
Pick
give
one-
you
choose
3
it.
links. You got 3 links to the variants because you're always going to piss somebody off by leaving.
I think you got to do. If I had to pick one link out of them, I would probably do the Twilight Princess only because you could transform into a wolf, and that could be a cool combo move or something
that would
like
be
that.
a good combo, super combo, anything like that.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
say I would say Twilight Princess, Ocarina of Time, and Wind Waker.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can have. Would you have Zelda like maybe transform into Sheik on the fly like they did in Smash Brothers? Or would you make that two separate characters?
Sheik's a separate character.
Yeah. Okay.
Sheik's a separate character can completely different control, combos, everything.
Okay.
Zelda, to me, she would be more of a, to use Tekken, Ling Xiao Yu-ish character. You know,
Okay.
tricky, different stances, things like that. But
Okay.
Sheik would be totally different. You know, you have your Sheik, your Impa, Ganon. You can throw some of the Breath of the Wild folks in there, Rivali and
Okay.
Princess Mifa, and you can have all sorts of characters. It has such a long history. You could throw obscure characters, Marin from Link's Awakening. You know, some random crap out there.
Okay.
So I think if Arc Systems worked with Nintendo, which they could, because hey, Nintendo gets an exclusive fighter to the Switch. Hell yeah, another one. I mean, yeah, they could totally tear it up with that.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Ooh.
I think Full Metal Alchemist would be a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Just because like the combos you can do with the summonings they can do at the same time for those moments. Like what's the fire alchemist?
Flame Alchemist.
Yeah, what's his name?
Roy Mustang.
Yeah, he hit. How cool him do a combo, then he steps back and snaps, and then he just blaze you.
Ooh,
And then you have the
throw a tag option
homunculi.
in there. Yeah,
Yeah, the
that'd be great.
homunculi can be part of that branch. All of there's such so many uniques characters in there.
Kind of like Bleach, you have a lot of history with characters. You could do team attacks.
You could.
Yeah.
Mustang and Hawkeye. Mustang and Hughes would be really cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I would
now-
if I had to, I would like the duo, not 3. Just do duos
Okay.
because if you know Full Metal Alchemist, it's a lot of duos, people working together more than like
Yeah.
a large group because you have, is it Hawk? What's her name?
Riza Hawkeye.
Yeah, her and Mustang. They have the combo together all together all
Who-
the
who
time.
did Scar combo with. It's been a long time. since
Scar
I've
and
watched it.
original series Scar and Lust,
Okay.
Yeah.
or Scar and Alphonse because they team up.
Okay.
Going
Yeah, but there's like I
rating
said,
lap
like
5.
there's so much uniqueness with each character.
Yeah.
There's no really doppelganger character.
No.
Like,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
And I'm not
So-
saying go full Mortal Kombat, but I'd love have some blood in there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's
Why not?
Envy would be Shang Tsung.
like I mean not like gruesome Mortal Kombat levels, but Samurai Showdown levels.
Yep.
You know?
And there is some good characters that you could put in there. General Armstrong's sister. She was a ruthless character. She
Yeah.
would be a really good character to add to the bunch. I think there's just a lot of material there, and I think they can dig really deep in there and do that, and then just bring the funny comedy in it. I think there's like Armstrong is hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
If he ain't flexing in this, I don't know what's going
Ed
on.
gets knocked out, Winry comes out and just or something like that, or works on his arm. Or
Right,
something.
you can even have Alphonse, the Alphonse master.
Yeah,
She can be part of that.
Azumi Curtis.
Yeah, so thank you.
Oh, that would be bad.
Yeah.
Yes.
her and her husband too.
Yeah. So that's why I was saying like I think it would have to be just a duo because everybody's duo so much in that series.
Yeah.
And the reason
Yeah.
you just like between what you suggested and the different characters, I automatically see this being like a Marvel vs. Capcom type. Ready and Winry's tighten up Ed's thing and then jumps
Right.
off screen. Go and then
Right.
tighten up his arm and ready. Yeah, I would play that. I would play that. I may not go hard into it, but I'd rent it.
Okay. What you got?
Final fight. I would like to see
Okay.
because there were so many final fights early on the
There
Super
was
NES.
a lot of final fights.
The spin-off, they actually continued the Cody character into Street Fighter.
Yeah, I mean they put Guy in the Alpha series.
Yeah. Guy and the boss from there too.
What was it?
Sodom?
Sodom, yeah.
Sodom, and then who's the big Abigail?
There was
Yes, Abigail's in 5.
there was another guy. He was in Street Fighter Alpha. He was in military fatigues with the red hat. Relento. He was a boss from
Yeah.
Final Fight guy.
I mean, you might already have your Final Fight game right there.
Right.
Something more focused would be pretty good.
Okay. All right, Ricky, any more you got in there?
One more would be My Hero Academia.
Oh, yes.
Okay. I was wondering if someone was going to pop it up. I mean, that just screams out.
That's on my list of. I have not watched that yet. It's on my list.
You need to
it's
get
on my
to it.
list.
I'm on the third
beautiful.
season.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I
It's
tried.
a solid anime.
Yeah, I think I might add that to the list of when I'm in bed, she's asleep.
See, I would love them to just do the whole shonen jump fighting game.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
That would just be good.
Jump Force. I mean, they did the Jump Force, but
Yeah, I want 2D though. The 2D just
yeah.
it just works better.
Yeah.
Random fact: the Japanese voice actor for All Might is the dedicated Chris Hemsworth dub over, so he does all the Thor roles.
Really?
That's really cool.
That is wow.
So why My Hero though? Like what could
I
they
hate
bring to
say
it?
Just all the colors, the bright colors.
Yeah.
It would be colorful.
Arc system is really good with colors. And
Yeah.
graphics and maps. I can only imagine the stages
Mm-hmm.
that they would use from My Hero Academia.
If they use that training ground like
Yeah.
at the beginning, that's a damn good. That'd be a damn good stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that anime would be perfect for a fighting game.
Okay.
Yeah, they Arc Systems works from the games. I played Guilty Gear and way back when, and it's like they can still make 32-bit graphics look great in this generation.
Yeah, but you always have to remember what Arc System is. You really have to learn your combos.
Yeah.
Those.
Yeah.
That's not just a button mashing
you can't
game.
mash
yeah.
your way out of that.
Yeah.
And I learned that I couldn't do that with Guilty Gear. I can't remember which one on the PS2, but I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna put that away. I'm gonna put Tekken 4 back in.
Right. You got any more in your chamber?
Oh man,
I got a couple more. Unless you.
click. I'm out.
Okay.
I'm out of rounds.
Justice League, I think, would be a good choice. Now, no one has touched DC and made a good chance. I think Arceus can do a lot with DC if they pull out the unlimited vault.
Okay.
There's a lot of characters in the unlimited
leave
series.
Warner Brothers in the Injustice.
Yeah.
level.
No, like a traditional, because like he's saying, it's colorful. I think they can bring the great action. And,
Yes.
if they pick the right people
Yeah.
for the DC, of course, you're going to have your Justice League lineup, but like after that, what they pick after that, I don't know who would they
I
would
say you
pick.
get no more than 6 Justice League members, and the rest have to be other like villains
Right. I mean,
or
like,
people
would you
that.
want Huntress in there? Do you want? I mean, that's the tough part right there. We don't know who we want in there. Like, do you want Watchmen characters in
You know
there?
what? I
Like,
want
how
Plastic
big?
Man.
How wide do you want to go with DC?
I would go wide as heck with it.
Yeah, okay.
Just that way we're not always just the jokers of the
It's
world.
like,
you know?
someone's maining comedian.
Would we put villains in there? Would it be like half villains, half heroes in there?
I mean,
with
with going that wide, you'd have to make it once again 2-on-2 or 3-on-3
Yeah.
system.
Yeah.
And
I
then
would
you
think
can
like the
really
Marvel
just
vs. Capcom style for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's. Oh yeah, God! Especially if someone's maining a Watchmen team or something like that.
Yeah.
Silk Spectre, comedian, and the owl.
Yeah.
See, I would make it so wide to where you got to put in. Oh, I'm wrong. Blade's a Marvel character. Never mind.
Yep.
It's like no.
But you do got
Lobo.
Deathstroke. If you want Deathstroke, you got
Deathstroke.
Lobo. Yeah, you have Lobo.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I think that would be a really interesting thing, because I would actually like to see who would they pick for
Right.
their lineup, and unless Warner Bros. Throws Justice League down their throat, if they get to choose open range, like all our DC properties, I would love to see what they would pull
at
out.
this point, considering that Warner Brothers is kind of floundering in the movie area,
Mm-hmm.
they could probably leverage that and say, all right, we want to no, we're going to DC Universe level animation, the bright colors, the cheery part,
Yeah, they kind of let them loose like they did with Rocksteady. Like,
exactly.
you guys do you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just here are the rules. This person can't kill this person can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from that, go.
You ever watch Titans? The TV show Titans?
Only
saw
at my
trailers
dad's
for
place.
it.
If y'all get a chance, watch that. It's supposed to only come on their streaming service for DC.
Yeah.
Really good show.
Okay.
So if
I've
you can
heard.
get a trial,
Okay.
just binge it. It's really
Yeah,
easy to
my
binge.
dad will not stop talking about it. He's like, "Oh, son, you gotta go and watch that
Yeah.
Titans." I was like, "Oh, okay."
I love it a lot, but I'd rather hold my. You watch it and you tell me.
Okay.
They make really good shows, and this is one of their best ones.
I
Okay.
will say some of the stuff I'm seeing coming from DC. We're getting Young Justice on there, the Justice League, a new Justice League animated movie, Fatal 5. I was like, okay. I might give it a trial now. It's like there's not, it's like, all right, Doom Patrol, all right, cool.
Curtis, you have any more?
Transformers.
Okay.
I would like to see.
Yeah.
a
Because
2D
mine was
fighting.
Team of Ninja Turtles to counter that.
I would like them
to
to make it the way they did Gundam. I believe Arc
Nice.
has a Gundam Wing game, right? So I want them to do it the same way.
It's funny too because Platinum Games did a Transformer game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 3D fighting one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's where you get your transformations again. If they can nail it there, they can nail it with anything.
Make it where Megatron has a big gun that just comes out and punches you. And
Oh, like Jin does it? Yeah. That's one of my
Oh,
favorite.
my
That's one of my favorites.
Or Optimus Prime, one of his combos, just has his big trailer come out and smash you and then go back.
and it comes back.
Runs you down, pulls about his
I want
battle
them to pull-
axe from
but
that.
I do want them to pull up, and I want them to untransform from the
Yeah.
car. Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
just-
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
just,
Like, yeah.
just the beginning from like the ready, ready.
The ready. Oh, yeah.
It's perfect. That
If
would
they
be
could do
perfect.
like Dragon Ball, like they're the car and they're coming in hard, and then they end up like countering it, and then they transform and then
Yeah.
ready to fight.
Yeah,
that
that would
be-
that would be
Start
amazing.
flipping and leaping.
Yeah.
Green comes in and
Yeah. That would be
They would
amazing.
have to put different animations and not just the Dragon Ball Clash. They have to
Would you
put
do it the
different
80s
animations.
style? Would you do it like the old school
You-
80s
you
style?
have to.
Okay.
That's what's going to sell
the
it.
background is blue and white. Like
But Team of Ninja Turtles, that would be one. They have a lot of secret libraries of characters in there. Like
Yeah.
from Yojimbo.
Yeah, Usagi Yojimbo.
Yeah.
I remember having so many of those toys. I was like, they had a kangaroo friend. Basically, all the mutimals, the mighty mutanimals.
I remember they
or
had a
whatever.
rabbit too. What was the?
That was the one.
Yeah, that
yeah,
was
yeah,
Usagi.
yeah.
Oh,
okay,
Usagi
it was like-
Yojimbo.
Yeah.
What
Like,
was it, Leatherback too?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
Leatherback.
yeah, and some of those villains, Leatherhead,
Yeah,
Bebop, and
okay.
Rocksteady can be doing stuff
Mecha
too.
Turtle.
The Rat
Yep.
King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rat King. Yeah.
Yeah.
Toko and Razor too became canon in the
Right.
cartoon.
Yeah.
Even in the 2016 Turtles, which is one of my favorites, but Tiger Claw is a really good character.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
He was a badass.
Yeah, but like the Shredders, I mean, like I do want Shredder, of course.
Yeah.
Right.
I do want. I don't know which one I would
You would
pick.
have to pick the darkest Shredder. Otherwise, it's good. You can't pick the '80s Shredder, the '80s cartoon Shredder. That'd be a.
But the
joke.
most hype I would be is just I want Casey Jones, but I want him while he's fighting, he's pulling out something different. I want to see the golf clubbing play. I want to see the cricket. I want to see the hockey. I want to see
That would be a
all the
great
combos.
randomizer.
All of them in there.
That'd be a great randomizer. Depending on the round, he's like one of like 5 different weapons. Round 2, he pulls out a different weapon.
Right. That would be
fun.
so amazing. And then, of course, April became a little bit of a badass during the history, so it'd be kind of cool to see April
Yeah.
Yeah,
kind of put fighting in
I
there.
mean, they could do any. They could put her in any form. Oh, Karai.
Yeah, Karai. Yeah. So, I got 2 left, and then I'm out. I'm gonna say Final Fantasy for you.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't put that on your list. I was like, say Final Fantasy.
How would they do it differently? I mean, from the Dissidia stuff.
Okay, so with
Well, not 3D, of course. So that's one.
it can't be 3D
Yeah.
because they do that as 2D, but that would work. You got your grapple characters, you got your zoners. I think that would work.
Yes.
Yeah. I think if you had to break it down, maybe take 2 out of each series.
Ooh, that's gonna be hard.
And then
It is hard, but you can't
Right.
put the whole library in there. And some of those
Right.
characters are one-off. You want Cat Sith in there? You don't want Cat Sith
They're
in
gonna
there.
microtransaction the other characters.
Yeah, there you go.
They're
There's
gonna
their
DLC.
game plan right there.
See, now I would main cast it just to piss you off. It's like, yeah. Oh, that megaphone's getting you.
I'll show you what it pissed them off. I put Zack in there, but I made Cloud DLC. There's my
Oh,
foot in your
man.
face with microtransactions right there.
Yeah, oh god, they start getting obscure. It's like Angeal and Genesis. It's
Not
like,
only that, you make him a pre-order bonus. If you
That's
you
great.
got to pre-order. to
That's
get him.
great. That's
If
great.
you don't pre-order him, he'll be $5.99.
And then the other one, I make it a small, like a $15 game. Mega Man.
There you go.
Yep.
Okay.
Mega
Yeah,
Man all
Mega-
day.
yeah.
That's
There's
yeah, Mega Man, Bass.
I would actually go far beyond that. I would actually mix it with X2.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like get that whole Mega Man in there. I want
Really?
I want the
Zero.
I want the Zeros, I want the Battle Network, I want
That was yep.
whatever that Smash move and you saw all those Mega Mans, I
That
want
was
villains
cool.
from all those.
I love that.
Yeah.
That was so.
Which one was
beautiful.
it? X4, I guess, where he had the dude. I forgot his name. Dark Sigma. Was it Dark Sigma on that one?
Yeah,
So you can
yeah.
have characters like that.
Yeah.
In this Mega Man fighting game.
And then of course you got Proto Man, you got Bass, you got
Yeah.
Roll,
Treble and
Colonel.
Yeah. Yeah, it could just be I think it'd be fun.
there's a lot of potential there, especially if they keep with the same type of graphic, that sprite like, it's almost like peering or do some of the Mega Man 11, use Mega Man 11 how they did that and use that animation.
Mainly because I just want to play with Metal Man and Quick Man. Those are like my two characters I would just try to get with because they're just so cool.
What's fun with a lot of your picks is they could experiment with a 2-on-1 system, like a super character. Because way back on the PlayStation high mode, there was a secret stage fight with Ryu and Kin versus Bison on Street Fighter Alpha.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And so, with Hero Aka, you could do 1-for-all versus just whoever. And God, you guys picked some really good stuff.
Right. Right. Curtis, you have one more in your chamber? Are you good?
I am out.
Oh, man. Well, sadly enough, we're about to wrap this up. We're already an hour and a half in. I mean, we talked so much. Some let's get that out of the way real quick.
All right. So we asked the Oklahoma Retro Gamer Society. We polled them, and they had some good ones. Zane Forrest pulled up Ronin Warriors or Cartoon Network Smash-style game.
Okay, Ronin Warriors. Okay.
All right. Of course, Stacy pulled out Sailor Moon. I think ironically, maybe
she put Sailor Moon in everything.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Shout out to Stacy. Yu Hakusho. Okay, yeah.
Matt Golden threw out Yu Yu Hakusho. Matt Dallas Cohen put Jump Superstars as a 2D fighter.
Okay.
So Dustin Johnson says they've already done the best one, Fist of the North Star. So do another one. Yeah. They got a lot of characters.
It seems like they just need to do a Shonen Jump edition.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like.
Michael Baker wants some type of Disney Afternoon collection. He said DuckTales, Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, Gargoyles.
I think Darkwing Duck by itself can do well.
Darkwing Duck for sure.
Yeah.
Gargoyles might be interesting too because it's just characters.
Gargoyle. Okay.
Yeah. AJ Stroud says Basilisk. You'd like to see Basilisk. I was like, ooh,
okay.
That's kind of brutal.
Okay.
And of course, let's see that. Oh, and of course, Samil Thompson also mentioned Gundam. But battle damage appears on your robot as the health goes down. Yeah. So that would be a cool little touch. So thank you everybody for your input.
I do have one more. I forgot to say that Fairy Tales. But that's another long conversation. All right. Yeah. But you know who, if you have Fairy Tales, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I want to thank everybody for once again coming in to do this great show. Ricky, thank you for making the time. I see the energy kind of picked up a little bit there. Thank you. But Ricky, before we head out, what do you go ahead and do your plugins? Where everybody can find you, what they know about you, what they want to know. What do you got to tell them?
All right, don't go to our website. It's under maintenance. I'm building something for the. I'm tired of gamers having a hard time finding each other. Yeah. So I'm working on our website to where you can one central location. You can find everybody. But so if you just search HXC Gaming Events, you'll find everything. That's our Twitter, that's our Facebook, that's our YouTube, that's our Twitch. Okay. HXC Gaming Events. And guys, please get out your house. Quit playing video games at home. Get out your house and play with friends. Okay.
Do you prefer them going to them instead strictly to you? And that
they can come to me.
Okay.
Feel free to add me. I'm a very open person, you know. Okay.
And what's your Twitter?
My Twitter is at Timmy Scorcher. So that's TIMMY Scorcher. Okay. And the C is a K, like Mortal Kombat. That's where I got that from.
Nice.
That's a fun fact. Nobody ever knew.
There we go.
Scorcher like that, like because of Mortal Kombat. So.
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But Jaron, Curtis, thank you all so much for making time again to do another excellent episode and everything like that. But remember, you can always catch our show on Podbean, YouTube, Spotify, and of course, Podbean.
Apple iTunes.
Did I say iTunes?
Now you did.
There we go. There you go. And don't be afraid to leave a comment, leave a 5-star rating. Tell if we're doing a great job, doing a bad job. Tell us what you like to see, what you not to see, and I will think about it. But no, definitely check out these the events coming up. He always posts it on his page. I'll make some links. I'm so sad I missed Super Bit War this year because I got a new job, so it didn't work out. But I cannot wait to come back to another. I would love to be one of your announcers on there.
Hey, you can be it, bro. Just
okay. I will talk. I'll talk more about that with you.
Oh yeah.
I gotta do my research.
Thanks for having me.
I just want you to declare that was some good ass tech.
Yes. But we have more shows. All you have to do is make sure you just type in the In-Game Boss program, and you are welcome to all this stuff because we are one network. You come for one show, you come for other. These are not private, so don't go to. Look for us as in-game only. Game Halls Ride with me and Curtis do. Go to In-Game Boss program. We're all there. That's the goal. One place to listen to everything.
Nice.
And so And also, too, reach out to Retro Game Society. You're talking about get out of the house. This is a great place. They do it every third week of each month at the Cactus Jack. Yes.
Yes. And, of course, the Oklahoma fighting games community.
Yes.
You know, there's a lot of characters in there.
Yep.
Talk about your fighting game characters. There's a lot of characters there, too.
Yes. And with that, our next episode, we'll be going into something that we're going to be celebrating. I think it's 5th anniversary, or 10-year anniversary of the Batman Arkham Asylum. Ooh. So we're going to be talking about we're going to be basically talking about what we want in the next entry for the Batman series, because it's been over, I think, 5 years since Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
And I think now with the new console come out, I think a new Batman is coming soon. Yeah. So we want to put our input of like we want to see. That's why I've been doing research on like the Batman.
Top Rocksteady's offerings. That's going to be hard.
Or can we add on to that and make it even more exciting?
I don't know.
I'm looking at you, Spider-Man.
Yeah. Go more the cartoonish with it. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find out. But with that, we will catch you on our next episode.
Thanks for having me.